Shea's Performing Arts Center is lifting the curtain on the next season of theater coming to Buffalo. Shea's unveiled the exciting lineup of shows just last night.
To talk more about the upcoming Broadway season, right now we are joined by Shea's president and CEO, Brian Higgins, and Shea's Broadway presenting partner, Albert Nocciolino. Brian, Al, it is a pleasure to have you too. Long time no see.
No, thank you. Hey, have some fun.
So this lineup, boy, is it awesome. So many people have been talking about it since last night. What do you make of all these shows coming to Western New York, Brian?
Well, it's not only the shows, it's the teching that comes with them.
Yeah.
And Buena Vista Social Club is going to be teched in September. It'll be built. The creative and technical elements of the show will be built right here in Buffalo. So the show will be literally built here in Buffalo, and then it'll be debut here and go out to tour probably 100 cities. Hell's Kitchen, again, is a very, very popular show that's done very well on Broadway. And we know that it will do very well in Buffalo because Buffalo loves Broadway and Broadway loves Buffalo.
And Al, can you talk about maybe taking us behind the scenes, pardon the pun, but to talk about how you're getting these performances here?
It's a great question. You know, first of all, I think just to echo what Brian said, the shows love coming to Buffalo. Buffalo's a great theater town. Shea's is a magnificent theater, and all the shows want to find their way here. And people turn out. They come to see the shows, and therefore it's not a problem because they want to get here. What we try to do is find the best of the best, put together a season that has something for everyone, and we think that this season with the combination of shows is pretty spectacular. Especially during the 100th anniversary. So we're excited that we have something for families, something, the classics with Sound of Music, and then the new shows with Operation Mincemeat and Death Becomes Her and Hell's Kitchen and Buena Vista. So we have a great season.
And then you also have a play. How often do we see that? Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Yeah, it's even last night I said, oh, it's a play. It doesn't seem to function as a play because it's this big, magical, beautiful production. It's a spectacular as well. And speaking of teching, that show's also going to be spending 3 or 4 weeks with us in March, spending time here in Buffalo, putting the show together and launching their tour here as well. It's exciting. It's a show that's proven on Broadway after 7 or 8 years already, maybe longer, that it's a show for everyone. The audiences are broad, and I think there'll be a great, great production for us at Shea's.
Brian, I know I've heard from you and probably Al as well about making Shea's more of a regional, even an international destination, right? And tapping into populations up in Toronto or Detroit, Pittsburgh. You know, how is Shea's doing in accomplishing that?
Very well. There was a time, 2 decades ago where shows, they didn't come to Buffalo Broadway shows because they didn't have the capacity to absorb it. So, the Pantages Theater in Toronto was very popular with Buffalo theater goers. That's flipped. Now everybody from the region is coming to Shea's. And we just want to make it, a regional cultural institution that people in Buffalo and Western can be proud of. It's a not-for-profit. Nobody owns it. It belongs to the people of Buffalo and Western New York, and our objective is to make it better than how we found it. And so it makes, people, whether you're 80 or 18, you're transformed in that space. And we just want to make that experience that much better.
And based off the crowd from last night, boy, I'd say they're excited.
Yeah.
And you, Brian, also shared an update about the expansion project, the accessibility updates. Talk a little bit about that. Yeah,
it's a 25,000 square foot addition. We're not adding seats, but we're adding restrooms. We're adding additional lobby space, 3 high-speed, large-capacity elevators. We started off with a very simple, straightforward premise. That is, how do we move our patrons into and throughout the space in the safest, most enjoyable, and efficient way. And that's what our objective is. We're going to start next month, and we will complete it in about 20 months. And it'll be the first major expansion since 1990.
6 or 7.
Yeah, that Albert was involved with. Yeah, so every couple of decades, we add a transformative capital project to preserve Shea's for the next 100 years.
I'm sure that just adds to the longevity, right, of the facility, right, Al?
Yeah, that as well as providing for a better experience for the patrons. One of the things that we're so focused on is making sure when people come to the theater, they not only have a good time seeing the show, but they have a great experience in the theater. And all the services are provided. Like, these theaters were built without elevators. Yeah. And the simple fact that, Shea's is a big theater and you're going to go all the way up there. Now you can actually ride the elevators. And of course, we gently talk about restrooms, as Brian mentioned, 60 new restrooms, which means that 15 minutes during intermission, 3,000 people are running somewhere to. But those amenities are really important, and people appreciate them.
Wow.
I'd love to go back to talk about, you mentioned it being, people's place, right? And we talk about how the shows are so excited to come here. For them to launch national tours here, that's huge. And I know we were talking to Oren Wolf last night, Broadway producer, and for him to, call Buffalo a second home, right?
Yeah.
And it's a lot of, even the performers, they come here and they love it. They feel that it's such a special place.
That's a big statement from Oren Wolf. I mean, he is an accomplished producer. He partners with Albert on a lot of things, and he loves Buffalo and is not shy about expressing his love for Buffalo when he's in Buffalo. But that's a huge endorsement about not only the theater itself, its physical surroundings, but the human infrastructure that fills that space with these, productions that are on stage.
And this is good to hear because we're seeing, unfortunately, a number of businesses leaving downtown Buffalo, and you're trying to make it more of an attraction, more of a destination. How do you think all that plays into maybe having a ripple effect on maybe other restaurants, other businesses opening, reopening, or rethinking their footprint in downtown?
When Shea's is active, downtown Buffalo is active. And our objective is to have as many activations as we can. 350,000 people come into Shea's every year into our venues, spending a lot of money. And it's the economic engine of the restaurants, taverns, shops in downtown Buffalo. So our objective is to make it that much more consequential.
Great. So unfortunately, we're running out of time here. Such a great season ahead.
Yeah, thank
but
you.
The current season's still going. We have River Dance this weekend,
Yes.
right? So a lot to enjoy.
Thank you.
Al, Brian, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Jeff.